Hi, welcome to the Paige Doodle Club. I'm Mike Paige, and today we're going to draw a Thanksgiving turkey. These guys are absolutely ridiculous, so don't be afraid to make mistakes. Realistically, the more mistakes that you make, the better and more turkey-like it will probably come out. Grab a paper and a pencil or a pen, marker, whatever you want to use, and let's get right into it. All right, it is time to draw the obligatory Thanksgiving turkey. So I'm going to start, I want to leave plenty of space up towards the top of my paper. I'm going to start with the head, which is going to be almost light bulb shaped. But first I'm going to start with just sort of a rainbow for the top of his head. Then I'm going to cut it in a little bit, so now we're making sort of a question mark. And you may have been taught as a kid to draw the beak straight out like that. We're not going to do that because turkey beaks kind of go down quite a bit. So I'm just going to do a line sort of like that for where the beak is. But we're actually not going to draw most of the beak because it is hiding under this turkey's snood. I always thought that this thing was called the wattle. It's not. That's the snood, that weird thing that hangs off of its face. The wattle actually hangs off of its neck. We'll get to that later. So now I'm going to, where this snood came up, that's a really fun word to say. It's taking me everything I have not to laugh saying it over and over again. I'm just going to sort of do that. We're making room for where the eye will be. And right where I made that little raised spot, we're going to make a circle for the eye. I'm going to leave a very tiny circle white for a reflection in the eye. And then I'm just going to kind of make a quick shape like that. If you're coloring this in, this would be sort of bluish. Turkeys are very bizarre birds. They look like they haven't evolved much since the time of dinosaurs. Kind of fascinating to look at. There's a turkey that I see every morning on my commute. He's the most consistent turkey I've ever, I mean, maybe they all are that consistent, I don't know, but this turkey is always in exactly the same spot at 6:25 a.m. and I find it remarkable. And he's crossing the street at 6:25 a.m. every day. Next I'm going to make sort of a C shape or a parenthesis shape because we're not quite making the full letter C. And then I'm going to make a quick line down there. Now, this is where the wattle comes out. I mentioned that the wattle is not this thing, that's the snood. They've got this, it almost looks like a tuft of hair, like a ponytail. And that is the snood. That's the wattle. There's really nothing normal about a turkey. Snoods and wattles. Next I'm going to jump up here, make a quick curve. Now the rest of what we're doing is going to be swinging out, making almost a circular shape. It's going to be very round. But I don't want to just draw a circle because it's going to be kind of broken up into sections. So I'm going to do something sort of like that. And then I'm going to add this sort of backwards C shape right about there. Then I'm going to have the wing coming out. Right about there. And I'm going to skip a little bit of space here. The first few feathers will be differing lengths. And then from about here up, it will be one nice continuous curve. So now that I have that, we can go ahead and do these feathers here. So I'll make a line back like that. And then you're just gonna make a couple of curves like that. And then this line I'm actually going to start bringing up into here. This is sort of a color differentiation area here. So it's going from the grays and browns and almost bluish in here to very black up across the top. Right now it's looking a little ridiculous. It's a turkey. They're supposed to look ridiculous. If your turkey doesn't look bizarre right now, you've probably made a mistake somewhere along the way. Right here at the highest point of that arc, I'm going to start the tail feathers, and they are going to be sort of a rainbow shape coming out. And down here I'm going to make another quick rainbow shape coming out. Again, looks bizarre. That's a good thing. We're drawing turkeys here. Back here I'm going to make a couple sort of loose feathers that are a little haphazard here. And next we'll make the first feather of the tail. And it's up to you how much detail you go into on the tail feathers here. I'm just going to kick lines out here. And I'm going to try not to smudge this pen too much. This pen's not really cooperating right now. If you're using a ballpoint pen or a gel pen or anything like that, every now and then it's good to come over to the side. I like to just push the tip down against the paper with my left hand that I'm not using, and just kind of roll the tip of the pen across the paper to get any excess ink off. If you don't do that periodically, you'll end up with a glob of ink somewhere, and it always comes out at the worst time. It's good to get rid of it preemptively. Now that I made all these lines across, I'm just going to put little rainbow shapes going across the top of each feather to separate it a little better. Something like that. If you care about doing the striping, you can do another row of rainbow shapes like this going across, a little bit lower than the first one. And you'll want them to just stay parallel with whatever the one at the end of the feather is doing. And then down here, I'm going to make sort of a curved line like that. And then anything to this side of it would be the turkey's flight feathers. Turkeys can actually fly, but they're not the most graceful flyers in the world. They can really only fly for very short bursts. But if you've ever seen a turkey being chased by anything, they will take flight if they need to. They just, again, they look really ridiculous doing it. But turkeys look ridiculous doing most things. Next, I'm just going to start kind of making, I guess, ruffled looking feathers. We're just going to make a whole bunch of rows. My pen is globbing up again, so I'm gonna get rid of any of that excess. I'm just going to make sort of concentric scribbles, all coming out. I might even make them a little bit closer together than that. And turkey feathers are sort of clustered, so this is going to be a section, and there will be another section like that, another one like that. And I'm just going to make little quick scribbles, almost like when you were a kid and you would pretend you were writing in cursive, but you had no idea what you were doing. That's what we're doing right here. Maybe I was the only one that did that. I don't know. I don't think so. And there's no like right or wrong way to do this part. It's just real quick scribbles. These are all going to be going sort of this way, and this way, and this way. I'll start marking them in so that if you're getting ahead of me, you can see what direction to make your scribbles. That's about the order of it. And I'm gonna make them a little more cursive scribble-like. I think part of the reason that I scribbled like this as a kid when I was pretending I was writing in cursive, my dad's handwriting really does look like this. He knows what it says. Nobody else does. These flight feathers would have a whole bunch of little scribbles going across. If you're coloring this in, you would just kind of leave a little white stripe on each feather. Little white stripes going down the length of the feather. So, something kind of like that. And the in-between parts are brown. I was finding a lot of turkey feathers a month or so ago. Birds molt in August and early September, and there were a lot of turkey feathers by my house. Every time I took the dogs out, I would find more turkey feathers. So again, this would continue all the way up that wing if you were looking to add a ton of detail. Next, I'm going to make his legs. This is a tom turkey because it's a male turkey. The females are called hens. So right here, this is almost like we're making a number 7. So we've got the top of the 7 and a line coming out. Then I'm going to make the front of his leg coming out as well. And again, I mentioned that turkeys look like they're very closely related to dinosaurs. We're going to give this turkey some dinosaur feet. So one, and then the second toe is substantially shorter. And another talon right there. And then as the back of the foot comes up, I'm just going to make a small curved letter V poking out the back of the foot. And its other leg is going, since this one's stretched way out, its other leg is going to be pretty much vertically oriented, maybe coming slightly back, but something kind of like that. And he's got a weird toe thing hanging out way up there on the inside. Again, if your turkey looks normal, you probably messed it up. That's okay. The next one will come out better. You want your turkey looking absolutely bizarre, because that's how you know you made your turkey right. And again, as the foot comes up, we're going to add a small curved letter V there, and then we can connect these lines. And then I'm just gonna give him a quick scribble shadow like that, nothing too serious. And we'll put him in space somewhere. And you can add a whole bunch more wrinkles on his neck. And there's our Thanksgiving turkey. Oh, one more thing, I forgot. There would be a bunch of real quick scribbles in here as well to ruffle those feathers. Just gonna do it really quick. And then same thing back here. These will be a little bit looser though. And there is our Thanksgiving turkey. All right, so here is our finished turkey with his snood and wattle and all the weird accoutrement of turkey life. I hope you enjoyed following along. Happy Thanksgiving, and thanks for watching. Tune in again next time for another episode of the Paige Doodle Club.
And then share them with both Mike Paige and Medfield TV. We're going to take those images and we're going to put them all over our station. Can't wait to see what you guys make.